technically, Ivan, season 3. Is it season 3 we just got through Fulham Fix?
Yeah.
It feels like, so season 3 of
yeah.
Fulham Fix has ended in earnest at the back end of this season. One of the strangest seasons in Fulham's history. Pretty incredibly successful, and yet weirdly a long way to go. But anyway, as the season's about to finish, we just got the news that Luis Boa Morte is going to be leaving the coaching staff at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously someone who has had such depth with Fulham Football Club, from being a player back when we were kids to coaching at a youth level and then being Marco Silva's number 2, obviously. Yeah. So we felt like we had to get him in to try and talk some of that before he left.
Definitely.
So this is a special edition that we've just recorded. We didn't even get to some iconic stuff.
So much we had to ask. It was, he's such an icon. Like he's one of the most loved players in Fulham history, and we could have probably talked for hours and hours. He's still technically working, so he had to disappear to work. But you're right. There's stuff we wanted to hit. We want to talk about the fact he has the confidence to strip right down to his pants on Charlton away. I mean, who has that confidence? Crazy.
We didn't discuss the winner he scored against Huddersfield to send Fulham into the Premier League.
Yes.
Obviously, there's a synchronisation of the Chelsea games, him scoring the winner at the Cottage and then being involved in a team the next time we beat Chelsea at the Cottage only last year. Old Trafford victories.
The fact that he got a yellow card on one of his last games playing for Fulham and then a yellow card on one of his first games on the bench, on the coaching staff for Fulham, meaning there were 14 years between yellow cards for the same club, which I believe might be a record. We didn't get to touch on that. We didn't get to talk about Cribs.
Oh,
MTV.
I didn't have the nerve to ask about Cribs.
I think he would have wanted to talk about it. And also Steed.
Well, I didn't talk Steed, and if you can YouTube Luis Boa and Cribs, it is worth it. But let's just get to him, shall we? Because alongside all of that and being an absolute legend of the club and of football generally, he's a lovely man.
He's a lovely man. I can't believe you're going. Why are you
Louis? Gonna miss you, man.
Gonna miss you guys too.
Oh, mate. Do you know, I've had ringing in my ears since Brentford, because as you walked off the pitch, the players left, everyone was singing, your song, and I had this weird flashback to you and your playing days. I don't know why, but for Watford especially, when you used to leave on away days, you would be the last name everyone was singing, but that we're talking 20 odd years ago, and it's still happening now. It's a pretty magical connection, right?
Yeah, it's a connection with the Fulham supporters, so it's been like 4 years, I think it's not like never gonna end it, but sometimes we need to take different pathways, like the way you wanna express yourself, and in terms of managerial stuff or duties. The way you want to go, the way you want to, and always like be adventure.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to express yourself.
Yeah, beautiful.
It really is.
And this is the next step in the adventure of expressing yourself, going off to manage elsewhere.
Yeah, definitely, because learn a lot here, and. Going back step by step, learning as well a little bit when I was at Everton, then a little bit at Maccabi Haifa, then a little bit at Portimonense under 23s, then Sporting Lisbon, scouting beat that was 3 years. That was quite a lot in terms of stepping away from coaching, going into scouting. Was quite a long time, so that's why then I stepped down from scouting, because I was scouting for Arsenal for 3 years. Gave me opportunity to see football in a different way, the way you see football and the way you analyze football and all that. That was definitely helpful for the following years that I had as a coach. Just keep learning always.
Does this feel like you talked about all these different things you've tried, a bit of a yes man, a bit of scouting, managing at different sort of, youth age groups. Does this feel like the biggest step, your biggest kind of leap here?
Yeah, this is definitely will be, because, like I'm here assistant manager, first team coach at Fulham. Then now my next minute will be taking the national team for a couple of games for the World Cup qualifiers, you know, and we talk about the World Cup, and it's because the World Cup is the biggest trophy that could be there or be there to win, like as a nation. And yeah, this is a massive one, you know. No pressure, because they never been there, they never achieved it, you know.
Yeah.
But the same way, you know, like not going there to participate in a party, you know. I'm going there to, you know, to deliver something. So to deliver something, just deliver as best as you can,
Yeah.
your ability, you know. As I said, no pressure, and fight for that target. You know, it's going to be a massive one. Yes, it will be, because the top seed is Egypt in the whole group. But let's see.
Have you thought about what sort of football you play? Because we associate at Fulham. The interesting thing about you from outside is the team that you played in, that Tigana team, and then the team you've been a part of now. Similar styles in lots of ways. If you look at the goals that you scored, like counter-attacking, exciting football, and then really composed finishing, popping up in places, and then the intuitive nature of this team, they're quite similar. Would you say there's a style of Luis Boa Morte football that you want teams to play?
I think here, comparing like the style that Marco creates here, is with Tigana we used to play as a diamond.
Yeah.
As a diamond, you know, in the midfield, the diamond, then two up top. Here we do slightly different with the 4-3-3.
Yeah.
You know? But the philosophy is the same.
Yeah.
Same, I would say. Like same.
It's attitudes.
Same
attitude.
Same attitude, because both managers, they like to play football. They like to build from the back. I remember that back in the days, we talking. This is 2001, but Tigana in 2001, he never liked it like long ball. Never liked he likes us to play through the back, you know. That's so. That was really helpful.
And when you're talking, it's striking me how much it's so deep, your history of Fulham. It's over such a long period of time, so it's almost hard to know what to go into. But I mean, firstly, maybe be quite interesting just to tackle you as a player and coming to Fulham, if you don't mind, before we go into the coaching period. When you came to Fulham, there was a moment, was because you were at Southampton.
Yeah.
And there was something happened with Dave Jones. What were the circumstances of you arriving at Fulham?
Not really with David Jones, or better, because the funny thing about football, you know, because football, when you start and you go to a winning side, you know, that is all looks beautiful, and everything is happening, and you're so happy, and then you see like, oh, football, you have one color, and it's like sky blue or pink, you know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But then 3 years later, after become like double winners and all that, you know, both years like back to back, the Charity Shield and all that. And I was at Southampton. I was playing, you know. Then David Jones got the sack because he had this problem going through, you know. But then Glenn came in. Then he just stopped playing me. Okay, I'll accept. I'll fight for my position. You know, like I have to find the position again in the team. So place in the team. So I'll fight for that. That was towards March. So March till end of May or third week of May. So I think I only played with him one game.
Wow.
Under him, I think I only played one game. Then we had like 7 weeks off. 7 weeks off. Then we went away for 3 weeks. Then he called us in for 8 days to go to La Manga. Then we went to La Manga for training, for camp. Then after those 8 days, then off again for another 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. But during those days in La Manga, things become like weird was already because I stopped playing without like any explanation, you know. But
did he ever give you an explanation? Did he say why?
No.
Did you ever confront him? Did you say why?
Yeah, later on.
Okay.
Later on, you know. Then when we start pre-season, then I start seeing things like comes a bit weird, like during those 8 days. Then actually when we start the pre-season, become even worse. So I went to see him, but when I went to see him was, I think, like 3rd week of July, something like that. And he said, "No, you're not part of my plans, so you can leave." So now I have 4-year deal with Southampton, because
that's a hard thing to hear, isn't it?
I've signed a 5-year deal with Southampton. So now I was like, okay, 97 to 99, beautiful, Then 99, 2000, then things start crumbling, like going down the hill. So now I have 4 years contracts, but I'm not welcome here by the manager, Then my agent start like searching for a club for me and all that. Then everyone has like full squads, etc. Premier League clubs, forget it. No one like. Then Championship, we were chasing Championship clubs and all this. Full squad. Now we don't need no one. So I was like,
oh, that's a horrible place to be, isn't it?
I have to go back to Southampton because I have contract, so I have to sit there. I just remember that like Tigana went to Fulham, and I know that Wenger is best friends with him. Let me call Wenger. Then I call Wenger and ask him, if he could speak to Tigana.
Was it as simple as that? Was it like?
Yeah, it was simple as that.
Was it?
I phoned him there. Then he did spoke to Tigana.
Yeah.
Tigana said, I don't know him that well and all this, but if you're telling me, then okay, I need to have a look at him. Then he said, but he's gonna come with us to France next, because I spoke to Wenger maybe a Thursday.
Yeah.
Then he said he's gonna come with us to France on a Sunday or Monday morning. It was Sunday or Monday morning. Then I said, okay. So he told me that. I said to my agent, I have to go on trial with Fulham. Then now you see, like, okay, previous years you were winning with Arsenal and all this. Now you have to go on trial, Fulham, Championship club. No, it's not a problem. We go. Yeah. So I just went to France. I came here. I remember coming to Fulham. I didn't know no one there. So I just arrived, got here. At the reception, someone took me upstairs in this building. Yes. Tigana's office was up here. Then took me upstairs. Then I met Tigana. Then I saw Christian Damiano, because I knew Damiano because I played a few times against him, because he was with France, like youth academy, under 20s, 21s, 18s. Yeah. So I've seen Christian a few times. Then I spoke a little bit with Tigana, and I said, okay, let's go. We're leaving in half an hour or so. So came down, then I met Karl-Heinz Riedel. Luis, I knew him for play against him a few times, never have spoken with him. Then some players, then I could hear the players on the banter, like Chris Coleman, Keith Simons, Melvin, Lee Clark, Bjarni Goldbeck as well, just signed, John Collins.
Great squad.
Yeah,
really
Sean
great squad.
Davis, Barry Ells, so it's like Rufus. So then we went to France. Then the things in France, like we were there for 10 days or something like that, 8-10 days. The things work well. So when we got back,
did you feel an instant connection when you came here that day? Obviously, seeing those players for the first time, was that did you get a feeling like, this feels good? I could.
No, to be honest, Cookie was a great captain, a great skipper, because he started, like when you get new to a club, then I knew that I was fighting for my life at that time. That period of time, okay, I'm going there. I need to, I was fighting for my life, but that will be like my nature anyway, to fight for what I was after. And it started like, this, but like, if you do that to me, then I'm gonna break your legs, All
right, okay.
All right. It's like that bad enough, because I was like giving a few runs to Melville and Keating.
Really?
So you then you start feeling that, okay, people are buy into what you're doing and all this, like the boys welcome you, so you feel great to be there. And I remember that my roommate was Luis Boa, and
good roommate. Good roommate. Was he all right? Tidy.
French one.
Clean.
Last time coming.
Right, there we go. Exactly. Yeah. All that.
And the French, again. Then when we got back, Tigana just said that he wants to sign me and all that. Then I signed. Then left Southampton.
Yeah.
After that season.
But at this point, so this is because you've been at loan with us at this point, right? So, and obviously, we can't sort of gloss over what an incredible loan season that was. I mean, it's
great,
stuff of Fulham history now. The front three of yourself, Hales and Saha, all scoring over 20 goals in that season, lifting the trophy. I mean, because it felt like such an instant connection. Was it that instant when you started training with them? It straight away? Was it like, there's something here?
No, it took us a while during the preseason, because as you know, Barry was here before me and Luis Saha.
Yeah.
Sometimes was a bit of like a clash, but that was during preseason.
Oh, really?
Because like the natural things of strikers,
Yeah.
Striker want to score, striker want to show work and all this. Then a bit of friction to start with.
Oh, really competitive?
Very competitive and all that.
Yeah,
because Sa starts most of the games. Yeah,
sure.
He starts most of the games. Then me and Barry was like alternating more. But when we did start the league, then by then we already were like in a almost perfect connection, The friction we had was like during preseason games,
right?
Because I remember we played Bournemouth, friendly match at Bournemouth, and I remember like Barry can come into the changing room because I didn't pass him the ball once because I shot or something. And
he wouldn't come into the changing room.
Yeah, he came in.
Having a stroke.
He was he didn't say direct to me, but I could hear, So this was like I remember like it was yesterday, but this was like 20 odd years ago, and by the time the league started, then we were like almost 100% like connect.
During that time, did you have a sense of? Because I remember as a teenager, because Fulham had been in the lower divisions very recently, only 2 or 3 years before, and it was like watching you guys play was like, whoa! It was like a Marvel comic or something. No one had seen football like it. It was extraordinary, especially given the football that Fulham had recently seen. So it felt so exciting and visceral and special. And you seemed like you moved twice as quick as everybody during that whole period. And it's quite interesting to hear because you must have been in almost like a vulnerable time in your career as well when we met each other like at the perfect moment. Did it feel just like
I think
a magic moment in your career?
Fulham was one of the teams that club that at the time, because as Al-Fayed in, and people like Al-Fayed name was a strong name, that was strong name like as a chairman, and people like time to time watch Fulham. I admit, I just like watch Fulham time to time, I don't know much about Fulham. I know that was a club in London and all that, and there's like the owner is this guy and all that, and people just like see. And I think it was really clever the way Fulham did it when they went to get Tigana. Different manager, never been in England and all that, come with a different philosophy, style of football and all that. Tigana was clever the way he approached Sa, because Sa could have told him like, no, I'm not interested because I've been in Newcastle already. Things didn't work out, so I'm not going back to England. So it was clever by him like to get Tigana. I came over because I was like struggling to find a club then. I got there on trial, Then they have the other players were here already. Lee Clark was a massive addition, because the previous years, because type of player that he was and all that. Chris Coleman as well, like, because I think Chris played in League One,
He played in Leeds before,
got promoted, the players were here as well. Collins Riddle, You know, he comes from Liverpool. Okay, he was like, but still like experienced strike and all that. But all that. Bjarni Goldback doesn't want to leave London, just down the road from Chelsea and all that. Experience play and all that. Come across. Steve Finnan was already that could play as well. So I think like Mike Taylor, international, like
great names.
So that was like everything like came together. You know, stuff falling just like together. You know, sometimes it's like when you commit mistakes, it's like domino effect. Everything like.
When you say that, like I can see the goals that you scored, and a lot of it is breaking, like quick counterattacks. Did you always have that? Were you, even as a young person, were you natural running with the ball?
No, but Tigana, he made me a striker because I wasn't never been a striker. You know, my life like youth football, always playing behind the striker, appearing like in the second line. You know. Then Arsenal, yes, definitely winger. I played a few times as a striker. Arsenal, I remember. Liverpool at home. Yeah, a few games that I played striker, but definitely winger.
Yeah.
Southampton always as a winger.
Yeah.
When I joined Fulham, that Tigana went now striker. Yeah, striker definitely. First season, second season striker.
And did it feel comfortable? Was it like when you sat in that position under?
Yeah, it felt comfortable because it was about pace and the perfect balls to arrive. You know, because you have players like Lee Clark, you know, John Collins, Bjarni Goldback, you know. So the service was like top. And like goal I scored Norwich when we beat Norwich 1-0 was Sean Davis, you know, good pass, you know, the movement was good, was brilliant.
Yeah.
So brilliant.
No, it was a brilliant move from a striker, you know. So no, but when you have like players behind you, you know, assisting you with perfect passes like that, so it become a lot easier. You know, it become a lot easier. So when you start like understanding your colleague and your colleague can understand you, so the things will become a lot easier.
Of course,
become a lot easier, and that's things that we create. And I played with Barry Ailes on his 50s like a couple of years ago.
Oh really?
You still have that chemistry, that connection.
Yeah, he was up front, and I was. But now I play more inside. Then I was like, me serving him. You know?
So I still do.
Did you ever watch Barry still playing up until like you said a couple of years ago? Did you ever watch him and think, oh, I wish I was still playing? I mean, I know you still play, sort of, you know.
But it's the things, you know, like because I stopped playing without knowing that I was stopping playing.
Okay.
You know, like sounds weird, but
what do you mean?
Like, I know that sounds weird because I was training here sometimes with first team when Malestin were here. Then sometimes with 23s when Kit was here. Then in the afternoon coaching the kids, or 23s give them like individual work and all that. Then under 14s at the end of the day. Then one day, 23s were playing against Chelsea at Fulham. Then Norm, he came and he was coaching. He just been taking like head coach with the other coach at Chesterfield.
Okay.
And he asked me, well, what are you doing now? And I said, I'm training with the 23, sometimes training with first team. And he said, don't you want to come and help us? Like, I said, where's Chesterfield? He said, close to Sheffield. I said, no, it's too far. No, I'm not doing it.
So that was an offer of first team football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Bo, and all these because I had just come back from South Africa because I left West Ham, went to Greece.
Yeah.
Larissa. Then I left Larissa, went to South Africa. Then I played South Africa till the end of the season. Then I come back. Then I was about to go to MLS. Then then I end up staying. Then I did see Norm Crosley in I saw him in October, early October. That's when Fulham played Chelsea. Then he said, "Well, don't you want to go?" I said, "No, it's too far. You know, it's Sheffield." "Oh, okay, but we give you a chance like to train the Monday and Tuesday because I was coaching the kids as well.
Oh, right.
They're on the 14th. Then you rest on Wednesday. Then you come up Wednesday or Thursday morning, train Thursday, Friday, and play Saturday.
Oh.
Then I was...
It's quite an offer.
Okay, could be tempted, you know. Okay, then I went there for 3 months, I went there for 3 months. I did those 3 months. Then they want to sign me in for longer, you know, to stay to the end of the season. But then a coach came in, then it was just screaming left and right and all this. I said, no.
It's not what you want.
No, not me. I'm out of here, you know. And then I said, okay, thank you very much. They said,
can't do it.
I'm done. I'm going because I can't, you know, because I'm coaching the kids, you know. Yeah. And I don't see myself like coaching like that, you know, just screaming left and right. No.
Right.
No, actually, I know that I did like have an agreement with you to come here to help the boys experience all of that, but no, can't be on this now. Now to the end of the season, from February all the way till May, no chance. I'm gone. You know? So I left. I came back here and I keep playing and training and waiting, trying to find a club and all this. Then. Asia became a possibility, you know, to go to Asia, you know, because I was like still enjoying what I did. Then I had to take the kids, then the 14s, to Germany in a tour. I said, okay, let's go. Went to tour in Germany, you know, we had like nice tournament there. We won the tournament, you know, we beat Bayern Munich in the final, so boys were buzzing, you know, this. Then we got back. I keep training all that. The next minute to Portugal. Easter time. Take the under 14s to Portugal to a tournament that I played in that tournament as well. And I was on the 13 and the 14. Took the boys to that tournament and come back. Then I was doing a course that was ICA's course that still goes on with the Premier League. Is it Premier League or FA? Yes, Premier League. This like sports management and all this, you know. Then I took the group, organized the trip there to go and visit the clubs. We went to visit Sporting and Benfica to see the way they work and all that. So we went there, well organized by Premier League, you know. We had good time over there in Portugal. And when I was there, like I spoke to the football director of Sporting Lisbon, you know, what are you doing? You know, so I said, doing this, training, all this. Okay. Then we talked briefly about coaching, you know. Yeah. So coaching, it could be a possibility. You know, but I have my kids, you know, my family. But my kids, they are British because they never live in Portugal. They speak Portuguese, but not Portuguese because they start like getting more English because then what they do at school, all their school, you know, English. You know. Then, okay. Come back, keep training all this. Then I got a phone call towards the end of the season. Don't you want to come? Like, because we need an assistant coach for under 23s, Sporting Lisbon.
That's massive. Massive. That
I was
right?
like, but I was still like, I was still want to play, you know. Then he
so
offered me to go, let's go assistant coach at Sporting Lisbon.
Oh yeah.
Then I went home. I spoke to my wife, you know, that okay, this would be like the last opportunity for us to move to Portugal. The kids, in terms of learning Portuguese, like proper reading, because the kids can speak Portuguese.
Yeah,
but
not our version of Portuguese.
No,
basically.
your version.
I was trying to flub our way through it. Yeah, I get it.
So they never really wrote Portuguese. They never really like read Portuguese. They only speak Portuguese. It does. No. Then
how old were they at this point? We're talking. Are they at that kind of like malleable age where like you can pop them somewhere?
She was 8.
She's in the room at the moment. You're 8 years old. Do you remember being told that you were going to move to Portugal? How did you feel?
Ooh.
Very sad. Like, how could you do this to me, Dad?
Oh, Jesus, that was a hard time.
Was it? I bet you weren't the best person in the house at that point.
No, the boy was 6, you know. Yeah. So for the boys, it's a lot easier because the boys, they just like get over it, they forget and all this.
Right. Yeah.
But she was like, every time she gets home from school and she's another box there ready.
Yeah.
Was going where? I'm not going nowhere. You know?
Yeah. She's still saying daggers at you now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah.
But more importantly, how's your Portuguese now?
Better than my English.
Better than your
really?
English.
Better than
There we
your
go.
English.
See? You know, Dad was right. all the time. Exactly. There we go.
So yeah, but we went through that because I remember some said I said to my wife that we may need to go back to England, and she said, "No, there's no way. We just moved to Portugal.
right.
Now, going back to England again, no chance.
Yeah.
Just was trying to find schools for them.
God.
Yeah,
because we
man.
live in the other side of Lisbon, and also was carnage during that period. But we managed to get through. Then okay, I accept that. So I was a sport in Lisbon. Then I just, because I started coaching the 23s,
Yeah.
then okay, stop football career stop. Then from 23s went to like I started in July. By end of October, the football director, or academy director, and the president, they come and speak to me, saying that okay, we see that you could be the perfect guy to take the under 19s to become head coach. And okay, then I start like from there, head coach under 19s.
And that was where you sort of realised your playing days were.
Yeah, all over.
Do you think that's helped you? Because it does feel like that you're very close to the players, like even from observing on the dugouts, you're having very close personal conversations. Like you're saying about you don't want to coach screaming left and right. You seem like a very personable, like you understand their perspective. Do you think that's helped?
One thing that helped me a lot was like when I first started here at Fulham, because I was coaching the under 14s. Yeah. Sometimes I would go to Colin and Pembridge on under 16s.
Yeah.
Then I had done the 23s, like train with them. Then in the afternoon, coach them like individual work.
Yeah.
So I was working with various different age of groups at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's helped me a lot, because as a coach you become like psychologist every day.
Yeah.
Because yesterday they trained well, but why today they're not doing it? What happened? They have a brilliant week, then the match didn't went so well, or they didn't train. They trained so you're in doubt in the game, then they show up in the game and was a brilliant game. So all these things like make you think when you like have this moment of peace and zen, that you meditating to say what's going on, how this happened, why, all those things, and at the same time work with different age of groups, make you understand the players in different way. So I was definitely fortunate to work with different age group at the same time.
Do you have that with this group of players, the Fulham players, like close personal relationships in different ways? And so if we don't win one week, you'll be having individual conversations with people.
Yeah, we talk, and that's our job, like to identify what they need the most. Sometimes it's not like just football language they need, they need like a friendly word, like what's going on and why and all this, They need like to have moments of banter. Yeah, we will have, when we're leading the sessions, they need to understand now, okay, I'm leading, then, okay, let's not cross the line, because we can reach the line of banter and all this, then when we're serious,
Yeah.
And, but at the same time, you have to go you have to drop at them level, because that they're a lot younger than you, because I have players here that are 20 years younger than me, then I have to drop at them level, and get to on them banter, and sometimes even like being number one, not only being assistant, because my job is to create a great link between players and the manager, because some players feel comfortable like speaking to the assistants and all that, first team coach, more than direct to the manager. But this is normal. This is something natural, normal, and that the time or the society, like the way they keep moving and the world is moving forward and all that, you cannot be stuck in what used to be like 10, 20, 15 years ago, and you need to be all the time. And one thing that I take advantage is like with my kids, like I try to go to them level, and sometimes they laugh at me.
Don't think of me as your dad. Think of me as your friend.
You're too old to say this.
Right. It's funny because that's reminded me you saying of changing relationships, coaches and players. You've mentioned him a couple of times, but Chris Coleman, you had that strange relationship with Chris where you were friends. He was your captain, teammates, and then he became manager. And that's quite a deep story as well, right?
Yeah, just before we start there, because I was speaking to Chris and his son, and his son is like, I remember Sonny when he used to come here and watch training. It was this bit, like slap him, like you know what I mean?
Of course.
Now it's like
slapping Chris's
big,
kids. Maybe this is where the tension comes from.
Now he's big boy. Now he's big, but still like younger than me. Yeah. And 2 days ago we were playing football together.
Really?
If you have time Wednesday, that you want to come and play some football with me and my mates.
Chris Coleman's son.
Yeah, and I went there to play with his mates.
No way.
His mates, yeah. And so, with Chris Coleman, like, it's funny because...
Did Chris play?
No, Chris not playing, no. He's
giving up, Chris.
Just that black guitar, guitar side of the pitch.
Yeah, but it's funny because we have I have a big story with Chris Coleman, you know? Because this is almost like a lifetime story, you know?
Yeah, man.
Right.
We were here, we played together and all this and all that, then when he had the car accident, then he just till that wasn't. He just played like a couple of games or so. Then he stopped. Then he became coach. Then Tigana got the sack. Then he became number 1 head coach. So in front of the group would be like gaffer. So when I'm with him 1-on-1, then okay, cookie. Yeah? So a few years later, 2 years later, then he made me club captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I was club captain. Then when I left Southampton, it was quite of a weird, movement. You know, I don't know what happened with the CEO at the time that was here. You know, what he created and not. You know, this then was a big mess. So I went to West Ham. Then Chris, he had a word agreement, like gentleman agreement with Carbishley. I couldn't play because my first league game for West Ham would be against Fulham.
Yeah, right.
Because I played against Brighton. It would be the game against Brighton, FA Cup. Then after West Ham Fulham.
Okay.
So they agree, but that is not down to me. And then I said to Kabishley, no. I don't care about that. I want to play because I came here to play.
It's the gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, so now Kabishley is like against the wall from me. Yeah, but I agree with Chris Coleman and all that. Okay, I understand that, but I don't come here to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I came back to collect my stuff.
At this point, does Chris know you're playing? Is this before the game?
No, this is like, because I sign I think second or third. No.
And is there tension with you and Chris at this point?
Because
it was okay at this point.
No, wasn't tension, but we didn't know because the CEO said to Chris Coleman, Boa doesn't want to play for us no more.
Okay.
When my agent called me, my agent said to me, I was with my wife. I remember I was with my wife in town. Then called me, West Ham just put a bid for you.
Okay.
And I asked my agent, but who said that I want to go to West Ham? You know, West Ham was second from bottom. Yeah, was the year that was a great escape.
Yeah.
And now I'm just saying that because Fulham just got in touch with me. I said, but
so you didn't want to go. That whole story about you.
So said that I want to go to West Ham.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, and I said, what did Fulham said? Yeah. And he said, CEO accepted already.
Oh, really?
So accepted, you know, like I'm club captain. They even spoke to me, you know, like they just accepted that.
Oh. So you were hurt at this point as well? Yeah.
So then, because when he said club accepted, I feel like it has to be down to Chris Coleman, you know. You know?
Oh, right.
You know, because CEO accepted, but he may have a word from the manager, because the manager say, okay, I can lose this player, I'm not losing that player, you know. So now I came to get my stuff. Then Chris Coleman said, first team of training, and Chris Coleman said that Boa just allowed in when everyone leaves, you know. So when I got there, I got held by the security. And I said, Then I
Oh,
text
by
him, you know.
security.
You're like, guys,
You know
it's
what I
me,
mean?
like a criminal.
And I text him, you know. Then me and Chris Coleman
Like a criminal.
We start
Holding
texting each
himself.
other, you know.
Yeah.
Then I say,
How long were you
scared?
waiting for?
I was waiting like for maybe 2 hours because the boys
2
left. You know,
hours?
yeah, then I remember.
Did they at least make you a coffee? They got you a drink. Come on, tell me they got you a drink at
hot
least.
chocolate.
Nothing.
No,
Hot chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Don't
want
let
a
him sit
coffee,
down.
you can get one from West Ham, all right?
Then I remember I was speaking to Colin John, you know.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Colin John, you know, this. Then after training, then I went to collect my stuff. Then I text Cook, you know. So he's scared to me to find out about your tactics for the match Saturday and all this. You know. Don't forget that I've been there long enough with you and all this. Yeah.
He said,
Then
new phone.
then he started texting me back and all this. So at that point, our relationship just went really cold, you know, like, whoa, like really. So when we played West Ham, when we played Fulham, we went to play Fulham. So we were 1-0 down, 1-0 up. Fulham 2-1 up. Then we 3-2 up. Then Fulham level last minute. Philippe Cristoval. 3-0. Yeah, so the match finished. And then I went there to the Fulham support. They were singing my name. Then
How did that feel? Like after all this, the fact that Fulham fans, after you leaving, because you know, from our point of view, we thought you wanted to leave.
Yeah,
but we're still chanting your name. That's got to be an
Lovely.
incredible feeling, right?
It was, definitely was. You know, then I gave my top away. Then when I walking back.
So did you give your West Ham top away to a Fulham fan?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So somewhere out there, there's a Fulham fan with your West Ham shirt.
Yeah.
You got to let us know if you've got that. Please let us know.
It ain't Chris Coleman.
No, it's definitely not Chris Coleman. Yeah.
So now we went back. I was going back. Chris Coleman was coming out. You know, like almost we went like across. We went across to each other. But when I get there, like was like.
Oh my god! I'm
just-
here.
You know, like
you both-
not magnet. You know, like when magnet touch each other.
Oh, you went
then
the
we
other way.
just like, just a few words. You know, you're busy. You know, like that. You know, like. But we keep walking out. Then he went this way. I went that way. So after I was making my way to the airport, because I remember I was traveling to Portugal after the match, then we just text each other, you know, and I just see my missus, oh, but you and Chris Coleman was like best mates, you know? You guys fighting, you know, and I was like, please don't get involved, don't get involved.
This is
you know?
You don't understand.
Then after that, Texas stopped, and then we didn't spoke for 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah, 3 years we didn't speak.
nothing.
Nothing, you know. Then after
3 years,
playing all this, then Cookie went.
Nothing.
Then Cookie was going to Greece. Then he called my agent that he wants me to join him in Greece. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So my agent at the time arranged a meeting up, like a Marriott at Heathrow. So he was coming from Wales. So I left my house, Webster, and I went there to meet him. You know, after 3 years, you know. So we make the white flag. Then we went to Greece.
Was it? Go on. Ben, was it really awkward? Like with that first meeting, or was it straight away? You guys saw each other
was like awkward, but we greet each other like, you know.
Oh, you know, yeah.
But we remember that, you know.
Yeah.
This you know, Texas, you know, like this, you know. But then was cool because then we went to Greece together as a coach. Then the plan was like me to play a couple of years, then become his assistant coach, assistant manager. But then I ended up leaving in December. He ended up leaving in January because chairman started messing up. You know, this time we just left. Then till today.
So did you think that there could be an alignment there, management? Sometimes maybe you guys at some point.
Yeah, we were close. We were close. Like,
it sounds like
but
it.
then never happened. Then I was with him like for 2 or 3 days just before the Euros in 2016. I went there to Algarve to spend some time with them, like see the way the preparations were going. You know, obviously they did really well, reaching the semi-finals against
amazing.
Portugal.
Oh, you were out there with them.
Yeah, I was in
because
Algarve
Kit Simons
in the camp
was with them
just before they traveled to France.
Right.
You know, they were doing camp in Portugal in Algarve. Yeah, so I was there. We speak the daily basis now, like.
That's sweet. It's leading me on to a question that I know that most Fulham fans will have this in their mind. I want to know if you do, because I think the holy trinity of your journey, adventure, life with Fulham Football Club is you coming back one day as manager of Fulham. Do you see it? Do you have that? Because as I'm sitting here watching you talk, I can feel that being.
If this was a movie, that would be.
That's how the film
glorious
ends.
ending. Is you know.
Do you have a firstly, do you have a dream of managing in England? And secondly, can you even fathom? Can you imagine coming back as Fulham manager?
To become like manager, coach, or for head coach or something, this is like, that is a selfish job, because when people propose to you, then you just see like, okay, you may take it home to speak to your family, but the decision already in the back of your head, just really go see like how they react, because at the end of the day, you're gonna, okay, I have to take this decision, I take it or leave it, so.
Sure.
And to come back to England to manage, as I said, like, it's a selfish decision then, but England always, because who doesn't want to be in England working, as a manager or as a player, definitely yes. To become Fulham manager. Yeah, definitely. I would like that to happen. We're never gonna be in your, like, it's not something that you have decision of. I don't want to be too. Let me see. Or people to see that as too cruel or too pessimist. Can I say pessimist?
Yeah.
When we're talking about color of skin to determine your position in the game.
Right.
We've spoken about this before.
Yeah. So I don't want people to say, here we go again. It's not here we go again, because this is something that is really sensitive subject, because as you feel and as you can see and you can like go and analyze, make studies the way I did and all this, how can people, like, when you play, because you have quotes from Mourinho and all this, like if you say to me that I want African player or I want a European player, I prefer African player because I know that African player will be more committed, down to, I know that he's going to be accomplished to the targets and to the things he has to do more than an European player. But when he gets to coaching stuff, to be number 2 assistant or first team coach or whatever, you get given the job. But to be number 1, you don't get given the job, because there's always excuse and all this. Why? Because I already done my studies, and I checked already how many ex-players or managers from different ethnies, the ones with the pro license and all that, how many are in the market and how many get given jobs as number 1.
And it
can't be coincidence.
Because you look like Premiership, how many do we have? You look at the Championship, how many do we have? You look at the League One, how many do we have? But why? Are the ethnies less competitive or less clever? So this is like, we can be here and say, okay, I would like to be Fulham manager one day. I would like to come back, but that would never depend on me. And I hope the skin color won't have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is like, I know this is sensitive subject, we need to rise up, because we talk about racism out of football and all this, blah, blah, blah. But there's one thing that people may try to understand, but they haven't got, they won't have the understanding about. They may try to, but they won't have the understanding about until they feel in their skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the things like I went through, like when young lads, because this racism is like, it's not from now. Because when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it was like natural thing, like you black, go back to your country, this, or go back to Africa, this. But this is something that we did grow up on that daily basis, 10, 11, 12, this. Nowadays, you go like discrimination or this or but okay, still nowadays, because I remember when I moved back to Portugal and all this, been suffering from that discrimination, all this, okay, but people don't know how to, until they feel their skin, because it's like, imagine you guys like going to work in Africa, and these guys in Africa, and they go like, oh, this white guy, hey, white guy, or whatever, it doesn't sound good, innit? But is the way, like, but this is like an example, but when you're there and you feel I build the situation. So I feel that there is discrimination towards, the ethnies to become number one, because the excuses are always there. They find excuses, because Premier League said, okay, you guys have to give interview and all that. Okay, you get to one-on-one interviews with CEOs and all that, but next minute, okay, you don't fit the standards that we're looking for.
Can you see it changing? Do you see it?
Has to change it, because I'm here
more people
speaking,
are talking about this,
because for me it's like this. Because I know that the problem is when we out of it, then we crying. I'm talking about different ethnies. But when we get employed, we forget about the ones outside.
Right.
But I'm gonna do different, because I'm in a job now, because I'm not speaking. I hope this podcast just go after I leave Fulham. Because when I leave Fulham now, after I leave Fulham, then I'm gonna start the movement to help the ones outside. I'm not saying that, okay, you have to employ this one because you have to employ. No, it's not that. But we need to have the same right of opportunities than other people, because the easy excuse is like, okay, come for a job interview, then next minute you don't fit what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because you're not even interested in what's going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because this is the problem. How are we gonna fight? It's difficult because the movement is there and all this, but how? And the ones I'm telling that they are fault as well for the ones when they get employed, then they forget about what's going on outside. But I'm gonna do the opposite, because I'm gonna get employed now, I'm gonna be number one, and I'm gonna keep the movement going on, because there is a lot more go out. I'm not saying that the Germans they have to, but need to see different way.
Do you think, just as you're talking, it just struck me, do you think that it means that there's a disproportionate intense pressure on black managers when they do get the job, because they're having to prove for a whole culture that they can manage? Do you think when an individual gets a job, it means there's way more pressure than a white man getting a job?
Could be, but that's why I want to make the movement going on, because this needs to be, because we cannot, because I remember that I was in some group, WhatsApp group and all that, and they will get happy when this or that. But this, we cannot get happy when this happen, that happen, because this needs to be seen as a normal thing, what I mean? And that question about the pressure needs to be as a normal pressure, like any other individual that got given the job, you know what I mean? Because I cannot, like, I'm going to feel pressurized because now I got given number one and I have to deliver quick, because if I don't deliver, then I may be out of the job and I don't know when I'm going to get a number one spot again. No, I can't feel like that, because I need to be there with freedom and, relax, deliver your best abilities, so to make the things happen. Of course that you could fail. I could fail. Yeah, of course that I could fail, like any other human being, because not perfect, because if I'll be perfect, then okay. See, if I knew that things will happen like that, then don't need even to play, because I know that things will happen. But we need to understand that when you go into a job, I don't have to celebrate it because because I'm the first black guy to get a Premiership club. So I'm not going to celebrate, because this needs to be something normal. It needs to be something natural. And that's what, like, the first black or the first. No, it has to be normal. Now we cannot see this like I raise this up this way, but it has to be like as a normal thing. It has to be like normal, like any other job.
I'm desperate to do your all-time Fulham team, but with the teams you've been involved in. So the team you played in, Tigana, Coleman, and the teams you coached. What is your all-time 11 out of that? but you have to do it quick.
Yeah, we got to start.
So-
I know it's hard.
That is hard,
I know,
because you're gonna end up like forgetting players and all this,
but I think it'll be
Who's
telling.
in goal? Let's start.
okay.
Who's in goal?
Which team?
Literally,
So of all those
All the teams I played with,
Your fan-
as
No,
coach, and I only have one team to build up. Yeah.
Exactly.
just Fulham. No, the Fulham
Just
team that you
Fulham.
played with and the Fulham team that
Yeah.
you're coaching now.
Fulham all-time 11.
Okay, the Fulham team I played, and the
So
Yeah,
you could,
yeah,
for
and then
example,
who's
you
it?
could
but
have.
I cannot fit players that I played in different teams. No,
No, it has to
Only
be
one of
Fulham.
eh?
We don't
No,
care
no.
for other clubs.
Okay.
You're on the Fulham podcast, my friend.
Yeah. Look at the badge. Go on. All right.
So you could have Leno in goal, or Taylor in
yeah.
goal, or Van der Sar in goal,
You
probably.
you are killing me now. No.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Come on, we can do this.
I'm gonna write it down actually.
Yeah, you write them down.
No, it's hard. So I'm gonna put Leno on the side. No.
What
You
can
can't have
go with?
both of them.
You can't. You got to have one.
Right,
Which
one,
one?
Okay, let's move to the right back because I'll
I'll
come back to keeper.
We'll come back. Okay, so let's go right back then. Here we have
Okay,
it.
Who do you want?
right back, Steve Finnan.
Come
All
on.
Okay.
hope-
Left back.
Left back.
Castagna and Tete aren't listening to this.
Yeah.
Next. Left back.
Left back. I'll go
Rufus or Robinson. Do you rate?
Pierre Romy.
Oh,
Look at that. Just some
left
nods.
Field.
Okay,
Out of
man.
left field. All right.
Wow.
Who are your two centre backs?
Yeah.
Centre backs. Philippe Christenval
Oh,
Chris is
hello.
in. Chris. Yeah.
and Chris Coleman.
Come
Cookie's made it.
on. Are you sure, even though you ignored you for 3 years?
Yeah. He's fine. He's sick of that. Look at that. It's the olive branch right there.
Who's in?
Right. Yeah.
Number
Midfield
six.
now.
What do you want to do? 4-3-3, 4-4-2?
No, 4-3-3.
3-3. Yeah.
Okay.
I like your face lighting up. Okay, so 3 midfielders.
As a 6, Sean Davis.
Okay.
He's in. All right.
Please tell me you're picking Polina. You're not picking Polina. Polina?
No. No, it's number 6. I can only have one
Davis.
number 6.
So Davis
Davis gets
over
knocked
Polina.
over
Sean, if
Polina.
you're watching, that's
is
got to be one of the most
nuts.
beautiful
Sean
things you've ever
Davis,
heard, right there.
Right. Who's the
no,
other
it's,
two in midfield?
midfield. Lee Clark.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
And
William.
Current squad not getting much.
because I have to
trying to pick
play
someone.
Steve Malbranck.
Steed's
I haven't
in.
even gotten to Steve.
Steed, if we can find him.
Okay, in the front three, you have to be one of them.
William Saar.
Oh, William and Sahara, you mad? And then you could be the third one if you want.
William Saar.
No, but hang on, he's managing. No, he's you're managing this. This is your team.
William Saar.
You have Mitrovic, you have Muniz, you could have.
No, because it's a winger. I'm looking
could have
for
Barry
I'm looking
Hales.
for the
Oh,
left,
winger.
left
Oh,
winger.
are you looking for left?
a right winger? Right winger.
I'm quite nervous.
Who's the right winger?
It shouldn't be this tense.
Jeff,
Yeah, no, I mean-
have you got a right winger from?
Yeah, can look for this.
That I've coached and I've played with, right winger.
Some people's careers on the line here.
You know what I mean? No, better. I go Steed on the right,
Yeah.
right winger.
Oh, Stephen
so
Wright.
we
and,
move
and
Steve.
I go.
Oh, yeah, so Steve's in the free, in the front
I
three.
take Steed out.
He's very versatile, Steed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put him on the other side.
And I go.
I thought
I'll
go on.
I'll go. Andres Pereira.
Oh, come
Pereira's in
on.
Midfield, yeah.
So the
Sean
Brazilian
Davis.
contingent are representing here.
I go Sean Davis, Lee Clark, and Pereira. Yeah.
Mustard. Yeah.
And William Saar
And
and
Malbranck.
Malbranck. Yeah.
Right,
on.
we just need someone in the sticks. And
Is it actually-
Six in them.
Who's the
I
goalkeeper?
go Leno.
Leno!
There you go, he's
I'm
done
with
it.
Van der Sar.
yeah, he's done it. He said it. It's out there now.
I'm actually looking at this, and you're the manager. This is my favourite football team of all time.
Yeah, go on, read it out. Come on. So
Berlin in goal.
Yeah.
Stephen in right back. Romy left back. Wow. Left field shout. Centre backs, Kristen Val and Chris Coleman. Who's the captain?
Chris Coleman.
Chris Coleman.
Cookie.
The three in midfield, Davis, Clark, Pereira. And your front three, William Sahar and Steve Malbrunk.
That's
a Come on. Love that, Louis. Louis, man, just on behalf of all Fulham fans, we love you, man, and we hope you're back at some point. And there aren't many players in the history of Fulham we got a deeper connection with than Louis.
There really aren't.
And we got the best years out of you, didn't we, as a player? So thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay. Cheers.
Wow, that was awesome. What an all-time 11, by the way. How do you feel about it?
I feel great about it. I spent most of the conversation trying not to sing his song at him.
Yeah.
I had it going around my head. Louis Boa, Louis Boa, as most Fulham fans will do every time you see Louis' face. He looked at his all-time 11, which is one of my favourite things we've ever done on a Fix, afterwards, and he looked at the team, and it is bad news, I'm afraid, for Steve Finnan, because even though he did nail it down, he's gone Kenny Tete at right back instead of
that was a last minute change. I mean, what a sub as well. I mean, that's quite a powerful switch over, and he just couldn't. He just said, "I've got to change it." That
leads to another conversation, because Kenny Tete, a lot of insiders say what an unbelievable
player. Yeah,
and he's been in and out of the first team this year. So that's another course of conversation, isn't it? At some point, because he's in Luis Boa Morte's all-time Fulham team. Love Louis. Did you enjoy that?
I did. I'm going to miss him. Like, genuinely, hand on heart, really going to miss him.
I'm going to miss him, but I think he's going to be back.
Wouldn't it be lovely if
he's meant to be back?
I know we're romanticising it here, but he is meant to be back.
He's meant to be back, and he will be back.
He's going to be responsible for us lifting the Premier League one day.
Well,
too romanticised. Is that too much? I went too far. I'm sorry, guys. Too far. Yeah, but yeah. Best of luck, Louis.
See you next time.